Hello, in this video we will be demonstrating how to use a D-net to sample benthic macroinvertebrates in a creek or stream.
To sample the macroinvertebrates, you'll need a few tools. First, I got my waders here so I can get in the water without getting myself wet. I have tweezers to pick the macroinvertebrates up. Two bowls to sort the macroinvertebrates. And I have a D-net to collect the macroinvertebrates.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, once you have all of your tools and equipment ready, is you're going to take your two bowls and fill them with water so that you have a place to put your benthic macroinvertebrates once you collect them. Now that we've determined our site, it is time to begin the sampling process. So the first thing you're going to do is place your net against the bottom of the stream bed with the mouth facing upstream. Next, you're going to position yourself in front of the net facing the opening. Once you've set your net in the correct position, the next step is to kick up the sediment along the bottom of the river. This ensures that the macroinvertebrates will be moved from where they're hiding and deposited right into your net. Now, this can be done for a matter of seconds or a matter of minutes. This is up to your determination. Once you've finished kicking, the next step is to lift up the net and take it to where you will be sampling the benthic macroinvertebrates. Now what you're going to do, once you've kicked in the stream, is to collect your benthic macroinvertebrates. Now, in order to do this, you're going to want to invert your net. Now, this net has a receptacle at the bottom which collects the benthic macroinvertebrates, and you'll just unscrew it and dump it out. Not all nets have this. If yours does not, what you'll do is grab the end and just invert the net. Once you've dumped out your sediment, now what you're going to do is collect benthic macroinvertebrates. What you want to do is look for any form of movement and use your tweezers and gently grab them and deposit them right into the bowl. This is where you're going to place all of your benthic macroinvertebrates once you've collected them from your sediment sample. Now, it's important to note that once you do this, you can begin counting or identifying them depending on what you're doing. It's also important to know that if you count them, it is very useful to, after you take their count, put them into the next bowl so that you don't count them again. One last important note is that benthic macroinvertebrates tend to fight each other. This makes it very difficult to pull them apart and to count them, especially once they've been torn into several very small pieces. In order to mitigate this, what we like to do is bring several bowls and split the numbers into the different bowls so that there are less benthic macroinvertebrates to fight each other. Once you've finished counting and identifying your benthic macroinvertebrates, you can either place them back into the river, which you got them from, or if you wish to view them later in the lab, what you can do is place them in a solution of alcohol, which will not only kill them, but it will preserve them so that you can view them at a later date. Now, the final step of the process is to clean up your materials. What you're going to want to do is, if your net has a receptacle at the bottom, to rinse it out, make sure you get all that sediment out of there. Secondly, what you want to do is place your net in the stream so that the water can run through it. This ensures that all the sediment left in there is washed out. And after that, your net is clean and you're ready to pack up.
Includes our video on how to collect benthic macroinvertebrates using a D-net.
We wish you the best of luck.